We've already, so Mike, lead hit, Todd. All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake. All is well here. We were to hello, Mike. Hello, lead hit. Hello, Todd. We were trying to get going on TikTok. We were having problems, as we always do on TikTok, but we're here now, and I'm sad. I'm sad, Jake. My voice doesn't sound awesome like it did last week. I got a good night's sleep, like 5 hours, and now I don't have that awesome, tired, sleepy voice that I had last week that I should read romance novels.
Fair enough, man. Just take amphetamines at night like I do, and then you'll be up.
How many monsters a day do you drink?
No, I'm down to just one.
That's good.
It's a hangover day. You know.
I try to avoid Celsius. I drink today. My poison is Diet Mountain Dew. I do a Celsius every few days. I still haven't built up to drinking. I don't want to get too much in my system.
Yeah, I've weaned it down to one a day for the most part by using that that C9 like pre-workout powder.
Yeah.
That in the morning, and then I'll go running, and then I'll use a Monster to kind of pep me up after work.
Do you have a weighted vest yet for your running?
No, I think people that do that are fucking stupid.
I have a weighted vest. I jump rope with it.
Just run an extra mile. Like, what are you doing?
I jump rope with it because I'm trying to fuck my knees up. That's what I'm trying to do. I jump rope, so I bounce with the weighted vest. Rich has shown up. Hello, Rich.
Bit more makes sense to me with the weighted vest. And again, like the people that are like training to fight MMA, I get it, but everybody else, I'm like, just run an extra mile. What are you doing?
I guess I get it with the white moms I see that do it, where they're just sort of power walking, so they're not really going to do much anyway. So it adds a little something to them.
Yeah, but even then, like if you can only walk and you can't run, you've already got a weighted vest. It's called the rest of you. You know what I mean? It's what are you doing?
Jake was not as blue last week. Rich, didn't you notice? Jake put a different light on, and the closer he leans in.
Shout out, I believe to was it Sophie and Ken at the end of one episode suggests that I do the yellow light, and my little ring light here does have a yellow light option. So the camera's still just as shitty as it always was.
Well, and you're still awesome on TikTok. You still.
Oh yeah, on TikTok I look great.
I use ankle weights when I do
TikTok,
crunches.
I know you're thinking he doesn't look great. He looks like Schmeagol back when he was almost human. I know, but like compared to how I look on the other thing, I look delicious. So.
All right. I want to start this week by saying we got a comment on our last podcast, and I just want to read it because I'm so happy. Here's the comment. "You're so awesome!" ! I don't believe I've read a single thing like that before. So great to find someone with some original thoughts on this topic. Really, thank you for starting this up. This website is something that is needed on the internet. Finally, someone with a little originality. And that comment came from How to Seal Gaps Around Window Air Conditioner. That was the name. The How to Seal Gaps Around Window. So it's fully legit. It's a completely valid comment. It's not spam. It's not designed to get you to click and see what's going on. I call it legit. Thank you, How to Seal Gaps Around Air Conditioner. We love you. Thank you for the kindness.
When they're not sealing air conditioner gaps, they're listening to the greatest podcast on the planet. We appreciate the hell out of that.
Yes. All right, let's jump right in. I guess I'll be the one to say it, TikTok and YouTube and everyone. Jake and I are not patriots. We're not. We're sitting in a basement and an apartment, respectively. We are not out protesting No King's Day. We are not. And so anybody watching right now, unless you're watching from a protest, you're not a patriot either. I forgot it was No King's Day until I actually drove by the little one in my town. I'm like, oh, look at those people with, more time on their hands than I have.
Yeah, I mean, hey, good for them. I think it's good to protest stuff,
I suppose I just have little interest in it. I went and played pickleball. That's what I did today.
I would so much rather go to No Kings than play pickleball. What are you doing?
I'm getting exercise and having fun. It's. Didn't we talk about this once? Two years ago, I was at my gym running laps, and we have an elevated track, so down below is the gymnasium. And I looked at all these old people playing this game with a plastic paddle. I'm like, what is that? That looks so stupid. Yeah. And now here I am 2 years later, and my wife. So one day my wife is like, I bought us pickleball paddles. I'm like, why? And yeah, it's fun as shit. And I don't know that shit's fun, but it's fun. I'll go play for 3 hours.
I've never actually played. I just throw on the headphones and go running. That's my thing.
My wife goes to an instructive gym where they're like, all right, everybody do this, and then kickboxing. When I go to the gym, I just throw on headphones too. I want to be left alone. It's like, I go off in my corner and do my thing.
I've had enough time when I was in the Army telling people, having people angrily tell me to exercise. And then once I got more squigglies on my chest, having to get up early and angrily tell other people to exercise. I'm fucking done with that.
Yes.
I'm tired of running to loud Army marching gibberish. Like I'm done with that.
I want to be an airborne ranger.
Yep. I want to run by myself and listen to fucking headphones. This song sucks, dick. Yeah.
There you go. All right. I want to start today. The first news story I sent you because I thought the very first sentence was hilarious, and those fuckers rewrote it. When I opened it just now to get everything set up for the podcast, I'm like, wait, there's a sentence missing. And I remember it, so I'm going to read the headline is Tron Ares box office grid dims. The grid for the Tron 233. Tron flopped. Basically, Tron Ares flopped. And the very first sentence when I sent this to you was, the effects of COVID still linger. People are not going to the movies. And it's like, wait. You're trying to blame Tron, something nobody wanted to see, starring Jared Leto, who nobody likes, on COVID. It was the most beautiful, brilliant thing I'd ever seen. But now someone made them rewrite it because when I pulled it up, that sentence is gone. Now they're saying, oh, it's a major league playoff game between the Blue Jays and the Mariners. And there were 12 NFL games on Sunday. There are 12 NFL games every Sunday in football season. But the COVID line is gone. And I miss it because
I love that they're just throwing anything. It's, Taylor Swift just came out with a new album. They were listening to that instead of watching our fucking movie.
It was
so already made 35 years ago, and we're doing it again for some reason.
And we're not just that. Like, I get the first reboot from like 8-9 years ago, where it's like, oh, remember Tron? It's the member berries. It's like, member Tron. Like they're trying to get some sort of nostalgia. Go, okay, that's fine. You're doing something like that. But then waiting 8 years between one that did okay at best, but wasn't great, and then sticking Jared Leto. But the whole thing, that the effects of COVID linger.
Yeah. I'll back up the Tron people just because they had 9 Inch Nails do the entire soundtrack, and I've listened to that.
I've heard it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I think people were wrong for not watching the movie. That said, it's the kettle getting mad at the pot for not watching the movie, because I didn't either. So what are you gonna? But I got kids now. I don't see anything in the movies. I haven't seen a movie theater since before I was a dad. So there's that.
Nah, we go occasionally. Yours are really young. I started taking mine right away. This is just a proud dad moment. When I took my kids to see Avengers Endgame, my son was probably 5 or 6 years old. And you won't know this because you don't like comic book movies, but when it opened and Hawkeye's family disappeared, my son just went, Thanos snapped. And I'm like, holy shit, he gets it. Like, it was a carryover from the last movie from year. He figured. I'm like, oh, that was a proud dad moment when he just knew. When he just snapped. And he knew to whisper in the theater. That made me happy too.
I took my son to the theater to see Debbie Does Dallas. They were having a replay of that in Times Square, like in the old days.
Nice.
And then when I took him to the sequel, Debbie Does Philadelphia. He also got the he was like, I'll bet she's gonna do everyone in Philadelphia, and it was a similar thing,
Have I told the story on here that I've actually seen a porn movie in a theater? Did I ever tell
Really?
you?
Wow, man.
Okay, so it was when I went to college in Boston, and the combat zone still existed. It was on its dying legs. If you look, there's a Wikipedia page for the combat zone in Boston. It even got referenced in Cheers once. Like, what'd you guys do? We went down to the combat zone. It was a seedy, drug-infested, all adult sex shops section of town, and it just kept getting smaller and smaller. And when I got there, it was like one block left. And so me and a couple buddies said, let's go see the movie theater. Why not? Just like in the old days, like you said with Debbie. So we go and we walk in, and our first thought is, this was a mistake. Because first of all, it's a bunch of single dudes sitting all over the place. 3 guys walking in laughing like, we're going to see a porn.
Wait,
like,
you mean there wasn't a bachelorette party in the porn theater?
Right.
Called the combat zone.
And so they were automatically pissed at us because like that was their time. They wanted to sit there. They had this, it's unwritten rule of you go in alone, you sit alone. And so we go in and sit there like, we're watching a porn, like it was funny. And then we all sit next to each other. And there were 2 corners like down by the screen. One was prostitutes. The other was drug deals. But here's the part that pisses me off. It wasn't an actual film. It was like a projection. Like they took a DVD and then because it was all blurry and lo-fi, just a shitty version. Like it wasn't an actual projection, good quality. They're like, when you do that back in the day, you had those like red clean with the like in school where you went to a slideshow, and it was just bad, but it was funny because everyone was pissed at us. And I don't remember how long we stayed, like 20, 30 minutes. But then some guy came and sat down right behind us. And we're like, yeah, let's just go. We didn't come to watch the entire film. We don't need to sit through the credits. But you could tell that the mood changed when we walked in.
It's a public space. You know what I mean? You don't sit in groups unless you're inviting that sort of thing.
Yes. Was Pee-wee dead? No, Pee-wee was not dead by then. When I was in college the other year, Pee-wee was not there. Debbie does the Dallas Cowboys. I'm waiting for Kroll, too. Eastside Des Moines had a porn theater. I'll have to look that up. How long? When back in the day was that? Now I don't even understand how adult shops stay open unless I guess it's you can get dildos on Amazon and, everything else is free online.
Yeah, but those goddamn things always look bigger in the thumbnail. You know what I mean? You got to really hold the dildo in your hand, I feel.
You got to go get it. All right. So that's Tron blaming things on whatever. Okay. this one.
I see. I did a similar thing. I was too drunk to maintain an erection last night, so I blamed it on the booster shot. We were 2 ships passing in the night, me and Tron.
Well, that's what I would do too.
Sure.
I sent you this story, the next story in our list of news stories, because it a sense of community. America was founded by breaking away from Britain, but they are our ancestors. And as much as we like to pretend that, places are different, Europe, America, Australia, it's nice to see some things are the same. Lost Prophets singer Ian Watkins dies at age 48 after being attacked in prison. I don't know who this is, but I clicked it. I'm just searching for stories. Lost Prophet singer was found dead after being attacked in jail. Turns out he was sentenced to 29 years for convicted of multiple sexual assaults and exploitation offenses, including crimes against children, babies, and animals. So my point is, wherever you are a pedophile in prison, they will kill you. And that just makes me happy. It just makes me happy that someone said, you hurt kids, and they beat him to death. It's similarities between America and Britain.
Yeah, here in prison they call them chomos, for child.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think that over there they have some old timey like British Cockney kind of hello governor kind of slang. He's a monkey buggler. Get him, shake the monkey buggler. You've been mugging the bugglies, ain't you? And they say some crazy shit, but that's what it means.
Yeah, but that it's funny. I always liked that code about prison because it's just funny that you're in prison generally for murder or it could be drugs, but there's a line that even prisoners are like, you hurt kids, yeah, we're taking you out. That's just it's good to know it happens everywhere.
I've heard that pretty much all of them here just kind of do the entire thing in solitary because
for their safety.
Yeah, yeah.
DJ Delay wood chipper. Yeah, a little Fargo. All right, let's get into some sad news. GoFundMe CEO says the economy is so bad that more of his customers are crowdfunding just to pay for their groceries. It used to be for emergencies. Hey, I can't get by. Oh, I have a medical bill. We've all seen it. But now the head of GoFundMe, Tim Cadogan, the economy is so challenged, more money, raising money to buy food, an arresting data point that captures the widening gap between household budgets and basic needs. Well, there you go. Trump said on day one everything would be cheaper, and guess what? Yeah, that didn't happen. Who saw that coming with tariffs on the horizon?
Well, at least we're helping Argentina get over their economic hard times.
Well, and I love how it used to be 20 billion. Here's my favorite thing about the Argentina. The two favorite things. One, they made sure it was passed with a resolution that said it wasn't tied to the government shutdown. So, everybody gets fucked except for Argentina. And two, turns out 20 billion.
One country's federal workers are getting paid.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then two, it went from, oh, you need 20 billion? Gotcha. Oh, you need 40 billion. Gotcha. I mean, it's
insane, man. It's insane. Plus, I think it should come with. You remember how JD Vance shit on Zelensky because he wasn't wearing a suit that one day in the Oval Office when they were grilling him? How the fuck are they then going to turn to this guy whose hair looks like Ronald McDonald on a fucking coke bender? And they're going to hand that guy $40 billion without telling him, hey, man, you got to get a normal haircut.
Yeah. I think you should go for that. Did you see, it didn't have to be this interview. I got a comment from someone on one of my videos that said, no, you don't understand. Trump is playing the long game. We're in pain now. Everything's going to get better later. It's the 4D chess argument. I have heard zero people talking about this. And in the interview that I watched, where as a guy running for governor, Rob Sand, governor of Iowa, he said nobody is talking about this, but after Trump put tariffs, went through his little tariff war of 2018, China said, we should have a contingency plan in place in case he does this again. So they went and built the world's largest deep water port in Peru. And the instant Trump got frisky with tariffs again, they went, yep, we're getting everything from South America. So they were ready for this. They were absolutely ready. They think Trump is playing the long game. China started setting everything up. And now Brazil, Argentina, they ship everything up to Peru and then across to China. We're fucked. I mean, the good news is, maybe the farmers can switch to something because it's just the soy farmers that are getting fucked. And because America doesn't use soy, maybe we can use the land for something we'll use here. But man, just to find out China is thinking strategically and going, they're going after the rest of the world. Like, yeah. Oh, wait. That's a headline I sent you. Trump bet China would face.
Wait, before you do this, read some comments. I got to go take my dog downstairs. He is nuts right now.
Well, I'll read the headline. Trump bet China would face, quote, tremendous difficulties without U.S. consumers. Beijing just focused on the rest of the world instead. I mean, isolationship is what led to the first Great Depression, being an isolationist. That's what the word I was searching for, isolationist. And here we are doing it again. All right, turning until Jake can get back. Rocky showed up. Hello, Rocky. I think I left a comment on one of the things, a reply saying I did reach out to Spaceship Earth. You read it there. I didn't make it a spaceship, but they're going to talk to them next week. That's nice. Things are cheaper in Canada. And not only are they cheaper, but they're still boycotting the shit out of our liquor. Jack Daniels, all our whiskey, they're taking it everywhere else. So if you
That's too bad, man. They drink up there.
Oh, and here we go. So when you were gone, I said, I read the headline. Trump bet China would face, quote, tremendous pressure, and China's just turning to the rest of the world. 83 with Reaganomics and trickle-down garbage. Isolating America and saying, you need to come to us. Everyone else, maybe in the 1950s when we were the economic powerhouse, but with India, with China, with Africa growing like fucking mad, we can get ignored. Everyone saw this except morons. Well, Reaganomics also fired every airline traffic controller. Yes, right. Reagan did that.
To be fair, he was way senile. I blame Nancy Reagan on that.
Kind of like Biden. Yes,
that's true.
Canola and wheat to China, also oil. Yeah, and then Paul made it. So now we're all caught up. But yeah, we are going through another isolationist phase because we literally are live and don't learn. It's we look at history, we look at patterns, and then we go, but it'll be different this time.
Most soy farmers in the U.S., I actually read this in USA Today, are having to scrape by starting OnlyFans accounts. They're on there going, who wants to see me take off the left strap of my overalls? Tip $20, and it's a whole thing.
Well, I mean, they do have farmersonly.com, and the hot farm girl, the farm daughter, that is a fantasy. So if they do have hot farm daughters, that actually would work. They could because I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna go out on my own, and so I can get attacked in the comments. Sophie Rain, the #1 OnlyFans million. I don't get it. I don't find her that attractive. I would
shout out to Daniel Parafan in TikTok.
TikTok,
it's the worst possible scenario. A hilarious comic, by the way. Everyone should follow Daniel Parafan.
See, all I'm seeing is Mark Foss joined, Gammy joined. I think we talked about this afterwards. TikTok shows everything like quickly. So if someone leaves a comment and then someone joins, it bumps the comment. I wish there was a way just to show comments.
Yeah, we're too old for TikTok, man. I think it's just trolling us at this point.
Yeah, I'm trying to look to see if there's anything I can do just to. I'll look it up afterwards. But yeah, I miss all the comments. So that's why I like this one. Is I can literally click and say, I had a son. God wouldn't have been so cruel as Unborn to have me as a father. Why? Because you have a gun and you would beat up all her boyfriends and you would have isolated her. Anyway, trade. Do we have anything else on trade policy? Although Paul made a comment here. I want to say this. Reaganomics made for great punk rock and thrash metal. And I will say this. I don't know if anybody agrees with me. Green Day was kind of down and out for a while. They had the law of diminishing returns. And then when Bush was in office and they were pissed, American Idiot fucking launched them right back to the top.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Anger music works, but Reaganomics gave us SOD, Stormtroopers of Death.
But now music is kind of in a different era, and it's hard to have political anti-Trump mumble rap on SoundCloud. It just doesn't hit the same. Mumble rap protest songs just will never be a thing.
Hillary Clit said, hey. Hillary Clit. So there you go. I just got that. Hillary Clit said, hey, on TikTok. No. So there you go. But then now it's Donald Bard's joined. All these people joined. We've got to find a way just to show the comments and not the whatever.
I wrote in Hillary Clit in 2016.
I had a thought, then I lost it, but I got my SOD tape confiscated by a teacher in 8th grade. My mom got it back for me. That's awesome. Jake, are you familiar with the Stormtroopers of Death?
I've heard of them.
There was a couple members of Anthrax and then a singer. Maybe it was 3 members of Paul. Correct me on this. Is it 3 members of Anthrax and a singer, or 2 members and someone else? But their songs were 30 seconds, 1 minute tops. It was literally.
Oh wow.
I'm just gonna make this up, but it was literally like fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, yeah. And that would be the entire song. But they were really catchy. They were better than that. They were a fun little group.
Hopefully they make a comeback. Maybe they'll do a remix with Taylor Swift or somebody.
Maybe. All right, here's a fun one. I've only got a couple left.
Now they have to change their name to Stormtrooper of Unaliving. To not get buried by the algos.
To get canceled, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I did want to say something. Did you, anybody in the comments, there's a guy, a country singer, he pops up now and again, like he's mid-level famous. He's not, like Clint Black famous, but he's doing his own thing on Spotify, and he goes viral every so often. Well, he released, not a fuck you Trump song, but it's a song that's, and he blew up, and conservatives are pissed.
Oh,
and
yeah. I did see that.
I did. I can't think of his name, but
I can't either.
I saw his follow-up video. He did an apology video. He said, hey, my video last week got a lot of attention. It made the news. There are a lot of people coming at me in the DMs. And I don't know, I took some time to reflect, and I just wanted to tell everybody I meant every fucking word I said. It was just this great bait and switch where he thinks he's going to be contrite, and he's like, nope. All right, here we go. 2 members of the bassist, original Anthrax and nuclear assault singer was unconnected. All right, so I knew it was a couple of Anthrax, and then there we go with Paul telling. But everybody look up Stormtroopers of Death. It is pretty good stuff.
I got to listen to some, man. I will do a proper Stormtroopers of Unaliving
yes.
week. And
do it while you run, because it'll like get you like, yeah.
Yeah. Little like more laid back music when I run. You know what I mean? Helps. I don't know, man. Like my running playlist is all over the place. Like, yeah, I used to have faster music in there almost exclusively, and then like I started going for longer ones, and I'm like, well, I kind of want stuff that's a little bit upbeat but kind of slower too. Yeah.
I listen to all sorts at the gym. Like I literally be doing something and Taylor Swift will pop on. I'm like, oh, here we go. And I'll be like lifting weights to Taylor Swift. And I was, God damn it. We got distracted. I was just going to tell you, Jake, but then Paul beat me to it. I was going to say the only song I remember is called Fuck the Middle East. And the first line is like, fuck the Middle East. There's too many problems. They just get in the way. But it's like, yeah, this is the 80s. So everybody
aged poorly because the Middle East is utopia now.
That's what I was
stuck at Stormtroopers of Death.
I was just going to say, all the kids today that are talking about Israel and Gaza, pretending that it's new, it's fucking... It's a perpetual motion machine. Oh, should we give Trump credit? He's got a peace deal going between Israel and Hamas. I mean, dude, good on him.
And I know that like lefties ain't supposed to be happy about anything that Trump does, and I'm not saying he's the one solely responsible for this. I don't think it's going to last very long.
We'll see.
President in my lifetime signed some kind of peace deal over there. Yeah, we're like, no, we stopped bombing, and then 3 days later they're like, we bombing, and it's just kind of the way they do it over there. But I hope it fucking lasts, man. And if he did have a bigger hand in this than I think he did, then good, man.
Yeah,
good for him.
I'm betting it was all advisors and smart people, but he gets to put his name on it, and I'm not going to sit and bitch and say. I mean, there are two ways of saying that. There's the way of saying it like, he's president, he gets credit. Other people probably, because that's the way it is with every president. And then there's the way of like, well, I bet he didn't do anything. Don't complain. If there's a deal, good. But did you see
everything that man does is a distraction from the Epstein files, but finally a good distraction. You know what I mean? He was like, how can I get them to stop talking? Wait, what if I bring peace to the Middle East? Will it get you to stop talking about the Epstein files? Yeah, good.
Oh, that is the best, that is the best distraction so far. Yes. Did you see what happened almost immediately after the peace deal?
No.
Hamas started executing people in Gaza. Men they said were sympathizers to Israel or that had helped Israel, but they took a bunch of guys out and shot them in the back of the head. Like, how dare you help Israel? It's like, yeah, Hamas is still around. It's great peace. Hamas went from hiding to out in the open executing their own citizens.
See, that's the problem, man. That's why I don't like giving aid to anyone over there. If I could give aid, an Iron Dome, whatever, to the Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders of either Gaza or Israel, I would do that. Unfortunately, the Elizabeth Warrens of those countries aren't running the places. You can't really give it directly to the citizens. I mean, that's just not how countries work. It gets turned over by whoever the hell's running the place, and the people that are running those places are Hamas and Netanyahu. And I don't feel any of our tax dollars should go to either one of those.
And Sophie and Ken points out Qatar, Turkey, and Egypt brokered the deal, and that's true. And the funny thing about all of this, which gets said, but it doesn't seem to carry, because the stupid people seem to forget this, that the Palestinians are just a political football for everyone. Because, I mean, when Israel invaded, they all said, oh my God, it's a genocide. How dare you do this? And not a single country said, hey, let them all come here. Like, is Saudi Arabia, you take 100,000, Egypt, you take 50,000. No, they all went, oh, this is horrible. Stay there, get bombed, get killed. It's what they do every time. They have not taken in any.
What Israel did over there. I'm not excusing that, but Jordan, I know in the past has had problems with.
Jordan, with Palestinians.
And then the terrorist groups do what they do, and they were like, not doing that shit again.
Yes. Well, if only they listened to us, we'd solve everything. I'm not sure how, but. All right. Speaking of solving problems, Jake, we have insulted Elon Musk in the past. We've made fun of him, but we have to give credit where credit is due. The man is a genius. Elon Musk is making Cybertruck sales look better by selling a huge number to himself. Yes, his companies are buying Tesla trucks. And, it's like moving a shell game. Where is it? SpaceX. His AI startup.
By spaceships from SpaceX. It's a whole thing.
Now, he said originally they were going to sell, 250,000 a year, something like that. And they only sold 5,000 Cybertrucks in the third quarter of 5,000. But if he buys them himself, so if his AI startup, I think about that as a sort of perk. Hey, you're going to work for Musk and you get a Cybertruck because he needs a sale. Then he takes a tax write-off from that company because it bought a truck. I mean, he's got some really good accountants there working really, really hard to make this work. I mean, I couldn't.
The world's richest man, you can be your own best customer. That's what Elon Musk does.
He wants the truth. Is that still happening? I know he's still fighting that in court. I can't believe they want to give him that it was $1 trillion bonus. I thought it was $1 billion bonus. But, I mean, he actively moved Tesla's headquarters out of Delaware because the judge ruled against him. There was, if I remember correctly, it began with one share. Someone brought a case saying we can't give him $1 billion, and the judge sided, say, this is absurd. But it's not $1 billion cash. It's $1 billion in stock. I can't understand why his stock hasn't collapsed. I mean, sales have collapsed. Now he's buying from himself. It's a house of cards. It has to become 2008 sooner or later.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, those Cybertrucks are ugly as shit. We all know that. But the other cars look great. I don't know if you've ever been in a Tesla. They're awesome. I was in an Uber that was a Tesla, and they're great. And if you just live in like a big city and you don't travel much, because I know that there is the problem with having to charge those things at gas stations on the road and stuff. Yeah,
I couldn't use it for a comedy gig that's 400 miles away.
Right. But if you're just zipping around a city and you have a thing at wherever your house, your apartment that you can charge it at night, it's the move. And they're super comfy cars. They're quiet. They're awesome.
Except the Cybertruck always had, I don't know how many recalls off the top of my head, but Paul says he's only seen Cybertrucks in the wild. The funny thing about seeing a Cybertruck in person, you see it, that's fine. You see a Cybertruck online or a picture, it's the ugliest thing you have ever seen. You see a Cybertruck with your own eyes, it's even uglier. Something about the camera makes it go, okay, that's bad. Yuck. But when you see a Cybertruck driving, you're like, oh no, that's horrible. That's the worst. That is just ugly. I was just saying, Jake, that pictures of Cybertrucks are ugly, but when you physically see one, you're like, this is even worse than the picture somehow.
Yeah, they're way off-putting, and that's not just I don't like Elon Musk because of political stuff. He things. It's like he could have given free healthcare to every single American, and I'd be like, man, I love that guy, but that's an ugly truck. It's just, they don't look great.
They do not. All right. I'm out of stories. Do you have anything you want to?
Instead of buying all the trucks for himself, why doesn't he just redesign the Tesla truck to look like a truck?
I think that once you get a mold, you know, like it's the phrase is, I don't know if it was Hercules, but someone say Hercules swam 3/4 of the way across the ocean, realized he couldn't make it, so he turned around and swam back. You know, that thing. Once you're there, you got to keep going. And so once you have everything set in place to make that design, to start over, I mean, you'd basically be starting from scratch again. Who is that? You know who did it right?
Hang on. Redesigning a truck is not rocket science. Oh wait, even if it is, he's a rocket scientist. So like, what do you? I mean, he should be able to handle this.
Yeah, there is a company out there. Is it Slate? Yeah, Slate. Have you seen the Slate trucks?
No.
Okay, they did it right. They do this retro thing where you get a basic package with like an AM FM radio, but it's cheap as shit for a truck, but it looks like a truck.
That's my Tinder profile name.
Right, and then you get to upgrade it. Like, no, I actually do want, satellite radio or Bluetooth. But you get to look up Slate trucks. And the thing is, stay with me here, Jake. They look like trucks. They actively, you know, like the cars are kind of, that one looks like a Jeep, but yeah, Slate EVs are they did it right. They said, no, if we're going to make a truck, it's going to look like what people think a truck looks like.
And that, I know I've said it before when we've talked about his stock prices going down. A lot of people, because of the political shit, like to point out, oh, his stocks are tanking. That's because Elon's failing and Tesla's failing and all that. Some of that is inevitable just because he had the first really big electric vehicle company, and then other car companies started making electric vehicles. So it's kind of like if you're Apple and you've got the only smartphone, you're the only game in town. But then once Android starts doing it, you're gonna lose some sales. But it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, the iPhone's shitty now,
right? Or
it's failing in some way. No, just other avenues in the market opened up, so naturally some of the revenue went there.
Speaking of iPhone, I want to get to Sophie and Ken in a second. Did you upgrade to the latest operating service? I think it's iOS 26. Do it. I have not received a single spam call. I would get 5 or 6 spam calls a day. I have received 0 since upgrading. They have a new, it's fucking funny as shit. It's AI answers your phone for you if it's not in your contacts list, and it says, asks, why are you calling? So you have a robocaller calling you to talk about your car's extended warranty, and your AI talks to their AI and then hangs up when it doesn't work out. But if it's like your doctor,
it's kind of like an AI version of Terminator 2,
right?
Where Arnold Schwarzenegger comes back in the past to fight for John Connor against that fucking thing that makes himself liquid metal.
Yep. So your doctor, or
wants to live.
If your friend gets a new phone, your AI will say, hello, I don't recognize you. Why are you calling? Hey, it's Bob for Nathan. And then your phone will say, hey, this is Bob. Do you want to answer? And you can answer. I have not received a spam. It's fucking awesome. Upgrade your iPhone. All right. I want to cut to Sophie and Ken. Did you guys get the 6'7" meme from South Park? I sat my family down during Thursday Night Football because everybody was like, I watched, we have Paramount, so I don't see South Park until Thursday morning. And I watched it. The first 5 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever, I said, holy shit, once the whole family's together, I'm going to show them this. Not the rest of the episode because kids, but when everybody was home, I said, all right, we're going to interrupt Sunday night or Thursday Night Football. Sophie and Ken, yes, we watched because my fucking daughter, my son not so much, but my daughter is a 6'7" freak. So the fact that South Park was making fun of 6'7", and my wife loved it. Like, yes, it's get that out of there. The whole fucking 6'7". South Park has been great all season. We've talked about this. They never were not great, but people are finally paying attention again.
I got to look up what actual song that started with, because I've heard that term 6'7" started from like a song.
I think that's what my wife said too. But yeah, all the kids say it. They literally 6'7", 6'7". But yeah,
I know that I have heard that there is an online community of teachers who have gotten so annoyed with the 6'7" thing that they have actively started saying 6'7" themselves, to
right?
make it uncool and make the kids cringe.
This said it's Skrilla Doot Doot 6'7" official audio. What is the viral 6'7"? Yeah, Skrilla Doot Doot. All right, so let's do some comments and get out of here. So we did that one.
I mean, hey, man, when I was a kid, grown men in their 40s didn't like corn with a K either. So, let them have 6'7". That's
no, I let them have it, but it's fucking annoying. That's all they do is walk around and say it. I'm more of a 6'9" guy. I get it. I did pull on my sir, but here we go. So if you go, Slate truck are cheap also. Yes, that's the thing, is they made them affordable. That was the whole thing. You start with it. It's kind of like this is a bad comparison, so I apologize. It's kind of like Spirit Airlines, where you buy the basic seat, but then you can upgrade, like I said, to Bluetooth. But if you just want a starter car, Slate did it right. What's the greatest thing you've ever heard? The 6'7" or? Yeah, from fellow old people, Paul. I don't know how old your kids are, Paul, but yeah, my daughter's 13. I was so happy that South Park mocked it because, so dumb. I saw it 1067 was homicide, and filling the song is him hiring hitmen for his enemies. Well, there we go. That sounds right. Because when I looked it up, I looked up the song. I'm like, well, this looks like a fucking death metal band. It looks like the font suggests. I've got an ad now. You can skip to your video in 2 seconds, 1 second. This does not look like a kid's band. This is, I can't tell, but it looks like. Grrr.
But not to give away too much, if you guys haven't seen South Park, go check out the recent episode. It's great. Peter Thiel's got different ideas on what 6'7" means.
When he popped up, South Park beat me to the punch on that one. When they brought him in. And then the next day, I started getting articles like, "Oh, this is what Peter Thiel." I'm like, "Holy shit!" They pulled that up. But I gotta say, this twist.
Yeah, he's obsessed with the Antichrist.
Yeah, it's insane, and the whole thing of Jesus and PC principle and the Christian. I'm so happy they're calling it out. I mean, it's insanely
where they have
good.
And dude, he made. They made his wife or whatever like a Christian-y MAGA chick, which is awesome
because she used to be, now she went from strong woman to Christian strong woman.
Yep. With the fake tits and the lip filler and all that, it's so good.
15-year-old daughter, 13. So Paul, you should be right in the thick of it, unless Nebraska is going to get it in like 2 years. Hey, Nebraska joke. All right.
Here we go. I'm gonna have 6'7" 2027, man.
Yeah, Rocky said it's the greatest thing I've ever heard. The Apple AI. Rocky, I have not had a spam phone call. Again, I was so fucking annoyed. My phone, I'd look down, it was all these, and now nothing. So not only does it answer the phone for you, but when it shows you have a missed call, there are 2 missed calls. Oh, your wife called you missed it, but there's an icon in the corner that says, "Hey, you have a missed call from an unknown number," and then you get to mark it as spam and delete it. I mean, Apple is finally on it. All right. A final comment. I remember when the option S on cars didn't come from the factory. There you go. Oh, here. I started with Android, then my wife got an Apple, and I'm like, oh, this is much better. And I went to Apple, and I never looked back. My son is a metalhead. My daughter likes the rap, doesn't like talking to us. Yeah, that's about right. That's for 15. That's about right. All right, I have been Nathan Timmel. My website is nathantimmel.com. You can find everything there. Books, links to Amazon. I have 7 albums out. You can't find any of them anymore. Spotify took them down because... Did I ever tell you that, Jake? Did we ever talk about that?
No.
Spotify. So a couple years, like 2 years ago, I did something really stupid. Someone started a company, and there were some big names signing up for it. They said, "Hey, comedians should get paid like musicians get paid. Sign sign up with us." And so I did. And then Spotify and Pandora and SiriusXM all went, "Oh, you signed up to get paid? Fuck you," and took everything off. I had an album getting played on SiriusXM. Anybody that signed up to get paid just got fucking yanked. And so all my shit got taken off Spotify. So yeah, that was what I get for demanding, pennies. Anyway, nathantimmel.com. Everything's there. Special, unapologetic books, CDs, t-shirt store. Jake can be found at Jake Vevra. If you're watching us on YouTube, it's Vevera. If you're listening to us, I just spelled it for you. His special, Unalived by Dog Pills, is on YouTube.
Go check it out.
that's what we have. Check out South Park. And yeah, take care, Todd. Take care, Rocky. Take care, Paul. Thanks, guys. See you, Sophie, Ken. See you, Mike.
Spotify is the Antichrist. Give Timmel his pennies, you fucking bastard.
Yes.